If you enjoy playing the Evans Gambit from time to time, you came to the right place. This is a game played in 1963 between Bobby Fischer and another American grandmaster, the famous Reuben Fine, who was also a doctor in psychology and a university professor. Reuben Fine was considered to be the strongest player in the world, one of the strongest players in the world since 1930 to 1950s. And he was actually invited to play in the World Championship tournament in 1948 after the death of Alexander Alyekin, which he declined on last notice. And this is a game played by the 18-year-old Bobby Fischer, so 9 years before his big match with Spassky in Reykjavik in 1972. And this is the game. Bobby Fischer is white and Reuben Fine is black. So e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, bishop to c5, and now b4. Bobby decides to play the famous Evans Gambit. Reuben accepts his challenge. Bishop takes b4. Pawn to c3, attacking the bishop. And now bishop to a5, the Lasker defense of the Evans Gambit. Nowadays, even if someone plays the Evans Gambit, I think bishop to e7 is more popular. Fischer plays pawn to d4, e takes d4, Fischer castles, and here Reuben doesn't want to back down from a challenge, and he takes another pawn. Pawn takes on c3. And this is already giving white too much development. Better here is maybe just developing with d6 or even pushing the pawn further to d3, simply trying to mess up white's pieces coordination. So Bobby plays queen to b3 and is attacking the f7 pawn. Queen to e7, defending the pawn. And now Fischer captures, knight takes c3 and is threatening a knight to d5, attacking the queen. Reuben defends, knight to f6, and here Bobby plays knight to d5, attacking the queen. The knight takes, pawn e takes on d5, attacking the knight. Knight to e5, knight takes on e5, queen takes on e5, and bishop to b2. And already you can see that white's development is just outstanding, and black doesn't really have anything. All of his pawns are in initial positions, and the queen is attacked. The rooks are ready to jump in the game. And although black could be somewhat satisfied as he blocked this diagonal attack from the bishop and the queen and the pawn on the f7, Reuben plays queen to g5. And here Bobby plays h4. And in this position, this is a very critical position. Reuben should have probably played queen to e7 and maybe try to hold it, simply blocking those rooks from coming to e1. But here it's like Reuben wanted Fischer to achieve this great victory in the Evans Gambit, and he accepts his pawn sacrifice. Queen takes on h4. Bobby plays bishop takes on g7, rook to g8, and here Bobby plays rook to e1 check. And it doesn't really matter if the bishop captures the rook on e1, the other rook will come to e1 and things will be the same. So Reuben plays king to d8, and here a very nice finishing move by Fischer, queen to g3. And in this position, Reuben Fine resigned, as the threat is very simple. Bishop to f7 check. After the queen takes, the bishop, the queen will take the rook, and it's checkmate. And if the queen is taken, then simply a bishop to f6 check mates immediately. So in this position, the only move that Reuben could play is, I don't know, something like d6, simply giving up a whole queen, or maybe queen to e7, giving up the queen this way. But Reuben Fine decided it was best to resign here and give the chess world and its fans this great victory in the Evans Gambit by the 18-year-old Bobby Fischer. So a great game by Bobby Fischer and great sportsmanship by the old American Grandmaster Reuben Fine. Yeah, like I said, if you're an Evans player, then you'll probably want to remember this game as it might occur in your own games. So yeah, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.